On, everybody? Hey, it's 3 o'clock. I'm on the dot. Don't want to be late. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to this live flash news event, I guess you would call it. um, let's see here. Let's see what's going on. How's everybody doing today? This is Saturday. Right now, we're having a wonderful day here in Florida. But you saw the title of this, right? Enemy of the state. Now, we're not talking about the state of Florida. We're talking about the state as a country. Joe Biden is doing so much stuff, and I cannot believe how some people are so blind to what he's actually doing when he's standing behind these podiums, giving these speeches and everything. It is just absolutely crazy. And people are just going right along with it. You don't realize that he keeps saying, and him and his allies like Charlie Crist and everything keep saying that we want to bring the country together. You can't bring the country together when you keep singling a group out. You keep pushing them. These are the enemies. These are the enemies. These are the enemies. That is separating and dividing the country. And he sits up there and says this every single time he gets on TV. I don't know. Joe Obama is back there, I guess, typing the words in, telling what to say or something. But I just want to share a few things with you today, and just to let you know, what's going on here. I got quite a few though, but it won't take that long. All right. So the first one here, Joe Biden goes all in against Trump and what he calls the MAGA Republicans. Now, I don't know what's wrong with somebody wanting to make America great again. Hey, Brandy, thanks for hopping on, babe. Over there on YouTube. Whoop, whoop. But MAGA, make America great again. He has tied those words to Trump so much, but Trump used the slogan because he did exactly that. We were in a good position in the world and inside of our own borders while Trump was in office. We're not that way anymore. And I'm going to show you here in a minute. But he goes all in. And you can even read his words here where he is warning of a threat, fellow Americans, to the very foundation of our republic. Now, if you don't see hate speech right there and trying to divide the country just by those words, I can't help you. I just cannot help you. That right there is the same thing when he said this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. That was driving wedges in between people right then. That's all that he's doing right now. We need to empty the swamp up there and refill it. The whole thing, both sides is what we need. Career politicians, they're all corrupt. I'm talking about both sides too. Okay. So that is when he did that speech. I think the speech was done yesterday. He's trying to divide the country and everything. He wants to play up onto the left and play up on all these different situations as far as his gun control and all this school board stuff that's going on. Let me try to show you something else here real quick. Let's see here. Get on to this. This is all sort of new. Pretty cool though. Let's see here. Let's check this one out. All right. So that's the right one up here. Biden calls out Republicans on guns and crime in his Pennsylvania speech, which is also where he said that the MAGA Republicans are a direct threat to the Republic of democracy and everything like that. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. He's talking about crime, the policing, and he's actually pushing forward that the Democrats are trying to boost all this stuff up. And you see right there, right here, this is nothing more than for the election. All he wants to do is make you think that he's for what you want, and then he's going to go the opposite way. You remember all the Democrats, all the ones in Chicago, out in California, all these idiots out there were always, defund the police, defund the police. Yeah, okay. And now he's going to make you think that he wants to fund the police, but get that, to bashed against these crimes that are going on. Look at Chicago. Crime wave is way up. Oh, Lightfoot, whatever. He gave a forceful defense for the FBI in a speech in Pennsylvania. He called out Trump. What does Trump have anything to do with the FBI? The FBI is dirty as can be because they've already seen it. The whistleblowers are coming forward. They knew about the computer. They knew about the fake Russia propaganda that was going on when Hillary was running. They knew all about that, and they swept it under the rug. So none of us out here would hear about it. And now it's all starting to come out. The whole entire FBI just about is a cesspool. It needs to be shut down, revamped, and opened back up smaller, because the state should be controlling most of their policing work, and the FBI as a backup when it becomes multi-state jurisdictional. Not the FBI come in and take over. It should be a backup to the multi-state issues. That's exactly what it should be. So again, he's wanting you to think that they're doing all this reform, police reform, and all that, and they're not. They're the ones calling for defund the police, defund everything. They want to do away with all that. Why? Because then the general population, most of us are good, but you do have the criminal aspect. They'll be running crazy, killing everybody and stuff like that, and that's a good way to reduce the population. My opinion, of course. My opinion, of course. So again, all he is doing, he's just sitting there and he's dividing the country on every speech he gives. It's going to get worse in about the next month or so because of the fact that election and the House and the Senate is actually what works for him right now. If he loses control of that, he's going to lose control of any type of power that he has. He's not supposed to have the power. We, the people, have the power. He's supposed to be representing our best interest, and he's not. If you think he is sitting up there behind his Oval Office drinking his Ovaltine, you lost your mind. What do we got here? My Republicans are trying to defund law enforcement. Yeah, the Democrats always were the ones who wanted to defund the police, defund all law enforcement. It's always been the Democrats. Lightfoot out in Chicago, they want to defund the whole police. One day when all these places, the cops should just quit and just leave. They'll beg them to come back because Chicago would be destroyed because of the liberal criminals that live in Chicago. Be completely destroyed. California would be done the same way. Now, here in Florida, especially here in Polk County, Sheriff Brady Judd said we can protect ourselves. Thank goodness for the Second Amendment. Tell you that right now. Okay, so let me share a couple other things. If y'all stay on the actual the road with old Mr. Joe Biden and everything, our prices are going to get higher, or everything's going to get completely out of whack. This here is from Politico. This is Biden's inflation nightmare. And I'm not going to go through here. I just want you to look at this. January of 2021. So we're not even counting the beginning of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start January 20. Inflation has always went up. It's on a rising scale. It's just going to get worse because that doofus up there thinks you can just print money off and spend it when you don't have any way to back it up. Look at all the billions and trillions that he keeps putting out these bills and hoping that it gets passed. Somebody needs to say, stop. We can't print anything. Go ahead and destroy the machines for a little while. I mean, you got to do something. But we're at June, so it's August already. 9.1% inflation rate. He's lost his daggum mind, and he wants to spend all this money on other stuff except for our country. So it's just all basics and stuff. In fact, I was in the grocery store today, and no baby formulas on the shelf. And when they did have some, it limit 5 cans per customer a day. That's it. But there wasn't none. And I think he said he's fixing that and all the supply line issues and stuff like that. Way to go, Joe. Way to go, man. Way to go. Now, he keeps also talking. Look at in Portland. BLM started kicking out I hate BLM. That political group right there they're for profit. People can't see that follow them because the top 3 or 4 people one of them's got a $50,000 dog and everything. I mean, come on now. It's for profit. It's for profit. And y'all fall right in line out there. The ones who follow them and I don't know. They should buy BLM. That's what we need to do. But Joe Biden has also said that he's attacking the MAGA Republicans. By the way, there's no such thing as a MAGA Republican. You're a MAGA makes you a patriot. I want America to be great. I don't like rhinos. I don't like Democrats. But the ones in the middle, we can always have a conversation. But rhinos, the left extreme, they all crazy. But a MAGA person is anybody who wants the country to be at its best. Not a MAGA Republican. Joe Obama, stupid. But he keeps talking about the fact that all the MAGA Republicans they want to defund the police and the crime rate is going up and blah 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 blah. There's your first spot of the show you here. This is the first spot that you actually got to worry about because this is where all the crime is actually coming from. Let me find here, right here. There's another one. Biden's border betrayal. Man, look at all these ads coming up. See, all this is live going on right here. I'm just going there. There's the boy. There's the man right there. Let's do it, Ron DeSantis. There you go. Did y'all hear this story right here? 53 migrants were found dead in the back of an 18-wheeler, baked alive. Close the border. That stuff wouldn't happen. They just coming across. The record number of fentanyl is coming across through the border. Record number of crimes are happening. Record number of rapes are happening. Everything is happening because President Joe Biden, not my president, but President Joe Biden wants the border to stay open. But what's funny is he's actually starting to realize he's going, my plans suck. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab some of the plans that Trump had and I'm going to implement them and say that I created it. That's what he's going to do. Let's see here. It says it right here. Let me find it here. It's in here. I just read it. So he said we're going to secure the borders and everything. All this stuff is getting worse, and he hasn't done anything to help stop it. Right here, Biden's open borders by design. He came into office, signed executive orders, and dismantled the immigration system that Trump built. And now he's going to turn around and he's going to start putting it back into place because Biden is now starting to build pieces of the wall in particular spots. I wonder why particular spots, though. Look, under Biden's watch, over 800,000 illegal immigrants have actually came into the United States unapprehended. Those are the ones that got away. Over 800,000. And everybody wonders what's going on with the job market and all that kind of stuff. All that coming across. Why is crime up? Because they don't have a job. They're coming here. And here's what I find funny. is all these liberal governors are whining, complaining, because Texas and Arizona are starting to ship the immigrants up to them. New York City, bunch of ignorant people, quit whining and complaining. Y'all don't want the border shut, then you take them and house them. You feed them, you clothe them, you give them medical. It's your state. You do it. I don't want to do it. Let them come here legally, and then it's a whole different ballgame. But you can't just open it to 1 million people just walking into the country. That whole administration is a downfall for this country. Absolutely 100% downfall for this country. And I do want to go. This one's sort of funny. Oh, let me get to it. So, 11 of Biden's administration's greatest failures so far. Well, there's one right there. Doofus is wearing a mask, and she's not. Obviously, something's wrong with his brain right there. But anyway, facilitating a deadly border. He keeps that border open, and crime is just coming across, and everything in the United States in that area is suffering. We have United States citizens that are suffering because he won't close the border. And he wanted to ship them to you. You live in, Georgia, you live in North Dakota, but he didn't want to ship it to his state. He didn't want to ship these people up to Massachusetts and Delaware and Pennsylvania and, of course, D.C. He didn't want them to really go up there. And those are the ones that are throwing a temper tantrum, hissy fit, like a little kid. That's what a liberal is, usually a little kid. And they're just saying, don't be, you're sending them here and we're going to have to fight back. Whatever. You want them to come in? Let them come to your state. Holding kids hostage, the trans radicalism. So the Biden administration, I don't care what side where you view gay and lesbian or, is right or is wrong and this or that or anything, okay? Don't care. These people fall for a transgender male, so that's a boy who thinks he's a girl, who identifies as a girl somehow, I don't understand it, so that boy can go into the girl's bathroom in school. He fought and fought and fought and fought for that. That is disgusting. That is absolutely nasty. And now we know why he kisses all the girls. Hey, Lauren, thanks for hopping on, girl. So he's fighting for the boys to go pee with the girls. And of course, he's blaming Putin for all the gas trouble that we're having and all the prices and things like that. But he sold 1 million barrels of our reserve to overseas. That was when the gas prices were at the highest at this point. Now, y'all notice that they're trickling down. It ain't falling fast. They're trickling down, then they'll trickle back up, they'll trickle back down, then they'll trickle. That ain't going down. He keeps telling you he's lowering the gas prices. He's lowering it. No, he's not. Y'all don't think that government up there can control some of the prices. Might not be able to control it all, but they can control some of the prices that's going on in this country. So that's why you haven't seen the drop back down to where it was. We don't even need to talk about Afghanistan. That man screwed everything up. Mr. Joe Biden, say their names, punk. And supporting child castration and sterilization. I mean, when you're 7, 8, 9, we're talking young kids too. When you're 7, 8, or 9, and you don't really know what you want in life, you don't really, you don't know, you can't make a decision. You can't make a decision. At a 7-year-old, you can't make a decision. I want to smoke. Nope. That's what the parents say. Nope. But Biden wants to allow the castration and sterilization of children. Children. They're going after the kids. Y'all think that ain't true. And of course, we already talked about the inflation just in 2001 to now. It's a continuous uprising. He's going to drive people to file bankruptcy, and then they're probably going to pass a law that you can't file bankruptcy. So now you got debt collectors coming after you day and night, day and night. There's a letting babies go hungry. Witnessed that one today when I went to the store. No baby formula. None. Should have took a picture of it. Zero, zip, zilch, none. Forcing the COVID jab. Yep, that right. You cannot force somebody to put something inside their body that they don't want to. That'd be like him saying, okay, we're going to mandate cyanide to everybody. You have to get it. Bull crap. You know, if I want it, I want it. If I don't want it, I don't want it. Either way, it doesn't matter. You can't force us, government. That's not breaking a law. That's choosing to put something foreign in your body or not. That's what it is. And then this abortion radicalism, they are so far on that side to try to reel in those people that they were like, oh my gosh, we got to vote for him because he's all for us. He don't care. I actually don't think, I think he in the past, he has said he's pro-life. But just like every other Democrat, Charlie Crist is one. They are double-minded. They will switch in a heartbeat for a vote. And his approval, tanking his own approval. Oh, you gotta love Joe Biden. These are all jokes and stuff that he has. It's pretty funny. But the last thing here I got to say is, if you live here in the great state of Florida, right now I'm not even worried about the DC. Well, I worry about it a little bit, but we're worried about Florida. Charlie Crist praises President Biden. He says that President Biden does a phenomenal job and he can't wait to have his support here in Florida. He thinks that Joe Biden has done a perfect job up there in D.C., and he wants to run Florida just like Biden has ran the country. Lord help us here in Florida if he actually gets in. This double-minded person right here, he doesn't know if he's for abortion, if he's against abortion. He doesn't know if he's for guns or against guns. He says that we don't need assault weapons. Biden says we don't need assault weapons. Everything is an assault weapon. I can assault you with this. And that's just a ring light that goes on top of the phone. But it can be an assault weapon. The Second Amendment, we do not have any play in that. None whatsoever. We will never give up our Second Amendment rights. We will never bow down to an authoritative regime that wants to take that away. Why do we have the Second Amendment? To protect ourselves against a government that's trying to gain too much power to control us as a communist state. That's why we have that. And Biden said the other day that, and I believe Charlie Crist might have just went right behind him and just quoted the exact words. We don't want to get rid of all the weapons. We just want to get rid of the assault rifles, is pretty much what they want to say, which I said any weapon is an assault weapon, even a spoon. But then they go and say, well, the Second Amendment, it's not all inclusive of every type of weapon. Well, I believe right to bear arms, period. Arms, whatever arms I want. Leave the Second Amendment alone. That's when you're probably going to start seeing some weird stuff out there. I tell you what, we need to make America great again. If we don't do it in November with the House and the Senate, and then again in 2024, I don't even know what this country's going to do. I've in the last 2 years, we have seen this country fall. We have seen this country turn into crap. We have seen this country overseas be a laughing stock because of babbling Joe Biden sitting up there, falling asleep in the audience when he's trying to talk to people. We've seen that over and over and over again. And the news media is over in England and in Israel and in India. They're all making fun of this guy. When have we ever had a president that other countries on national television and make fun of? Never. Even Carter, I didn't see made fun of like that. But I was real young then. But Carter, I don't remember Carter being made fun of. I don't remember anybody ever saying Carter was made fun of. This guy is a bumbling idiot up there. He's being controlled. My opinion, Joe Biden is being controlled by Obama. That's why it's Joe Obama. Because Biden is not calling any shots. He ain't got the mental capacity to call a shot at all. So we need to fix this. It's we the people, y'all. It's we the people. This country belongs to us, not Washington, D.C. And if enough of us stand up with our ballot, you don't have to be violent. The ballot. I know, 2020. But if there's enough that happens, I mean, it is going to make a difference. So that's it. He is a threat to us as a country. He is an enemy of the state, and we need for him and his entire regime up there in D.C., along with the rhinos, to get out, make way for new blood, so they can come up there and then they can work out what's going on. We need people up there who want to work for the people. We're a republic, not a democracy. We elect people to actually do work for us in the government. If we were a pure democracy, we'd be governing ourselves. That would turn out real well. But we're federal. And they what they're going to do is we elect people to do the law side and the making rules and govern and stuff like that. But they should be doing what's best for us. And what Washington, D.C. right now is doing is not best. Even if it was just the amount of money that they're throwing away, that by itself, they should be recused from their position and said, you can go back to the civilian world, get your job at McDonald's or something. But that's just me. All righty. I will go ahead and get ready to sign off. What y'all think about all this? This is pretty cool, huh? All right. I will see you next time. I won't always be this serious. So if you tuned in, keep tuning in and share this out. If you think what I said is absolutely the truth, so share it out. We can break Facebook's algorithm and just let other people see it and see what they say. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day.